Learn how to talk about clothes in Norwegian using reflexive pronouns in this video. But real quick, before we start, if you have other topics you want me to cover in future videos, please let me know by leaving a suggestion in the comments below. I do explanatory videos both in Norwegian and English, mostly beginners topics in English, more advanced topics in Norwegian. All right, so let's take a look at klær, clothes. Can you say it after me? Klær. That's the word for clothes. Let's see how we can talk about clothes in Norwegian. So we have a bunch of key verbs I want you to learn. So repeat after me. Å ha på seg, that is to wear. Å kle på seg, that is to get dressed. Å kle av seg, that is to undress. Av, right? That's kind of off. Å ta på seg, that is to put on. Å ta av seg, that's to put off. Å kle seg godt. Å kle seg godt, that's to dress warm. And å kle seg bra, that is to dress well. So here we have some examples with sentences. All right, so å ha på seg. Jeg har på meg klær. I'm wearing clothes. Okay, I'm wearing. Jeg har på meg. Jeg har på meg en genser. Jeg har på meg en hvit t-skjorte. Okay? Jeg har på meg sokker, og jeg har på meg bukser. Socks and pants as well. Å kle på seg can be, for example, jeg kler på meg. So see how we use reflexive pronouns here. In the infinitive, you'll always find the seg in the infinitive. Whereas in sentences, you will either find meg or deg or other versions, which we will look at more in detail. Then there's jeg kler av meg, from å kle av seg. And jeg tar på meg klær. I put on clothes, but I can also put on more specific items. Dette er en caps. Jeg tar på meg en caps. Jeg har på meg en caps. I'm now wearing a cap. Jeg har på meg en caps. And the next one will be å ta av seg. Jeg tar av meg capsen. Jeg tar av meg capsen. This one, jeg kler meg godt om vinteren. Det er viktig å kle seg godt om vinteren. Det er viktig å kle seg varmt. It's important to dress warm. Å kle seg bra. For eksempel, David Beckham kler seg bra. David Beckham kler seg bra. A couple of key nouns you should know is klær, clothes. We cannot say this word in the singular in the singular form. So we don't have en klær. It's just klær in general for clothes. Just like you cannot say one. Well, you can say one cloth, but it doesn't actually mean the same. So you can't really do that in English either. However, what we can say is et plagg. Et plagg. That is a piece of clothing. So this is en genser. So this is et plagg. And this is et plagg. Or if I'm referring to all of it as a more general entity, it's klær. Here we have examples of plagg. Mange plagg, many pieces of clothing. Så her har vi sokker. Sokker. Jeg har på meg sokker, for eksempel. Jeg har ikke på meg sko. Sko. Notice how sko is actually the same form in the plural and the singular. So en sko, to sko. Bukse. Many times we say bukse. Other times we also say bukser. So many times you will hear us say jeg har på meg bukse as if I'm wearing pant because it's technically plural because we refer to both, but many times we say it as a singular. Shorts, is an English word, but we say it in Norwegian. We don't say shorts, shorts. That's how we say it. Dette et skjørt. Et skjørt. Notice how it's kind of similar to shirt. Okay? It's not shirt, but skjørt. Short vowel. Short skjørt. Videre. Dette en hatt. En hatt. Dette en dress. Interesting. So en dress is a suit. So again, there's some crossover with, or overlapping, or I don't even know how to explain this, but words that mean one thing in English don't mean the same in Norwegian. So en dress is a man's piece of clothing in Norwegian. Whereas kjole is the word you want for dress, English dress. En kjole. Dette en t-skjorte, og dette en skjorte. I've indicated here en or ei. That means we can treat it as a feminine word, but there's a complicated conversation to be had about the articles in Norwegian. So personally, I don't use the article ei, even though I do use the feminine. So that's kind of an annoying phenomenon we have in Oslo, where we don't actually use this article, but we still say skjorta. It's still feminine, just the article is kind of not doing that well in many dialects. The last slide, en lue. Notice how this is a hat as well. Okay, what I had here, dette en caps. En caps. What they have in Mexico would be en hat, which is like a cowboy hat. That's not something you wear to be warm, but maybe to protect you from the sun. Whereas lue is a winter's piece of clothing. Et skjerf. Et skjerf. And this is similar to English. En jakke. Jakke. Let's take a look at the reflexive pronouns. Så jeg har på meg klær. Meg. Du har på deg klær. Han or hun har på seg klær. Vi har på oss klær. Dere har på dere klær. Notice here, this one is actually the same as the subject form. And lastly, de har på seg klær. So in the third person, de har på seg, they are wearing. It's actually the same as same in the plural and the singular. Here we have some what questions. Hva har jeg på meg? What am I wearing? Hva har du på deg? So notice how this should always correspond with the subject. So I cannot say hva har du på seg? That's actually quite typical mistake when amongst A-level and even B-level students, to not have these have this agreement between the reflexive and the other pronoun. Hva har han eller hun på seg? What is he or she wearing? Hva har vi på oss? Hva har dere på dere? Hva har de på seg? So that's how you formulate open questions. If you are to ask a yes/no question, you would most likely use å kle på seg, to get dressed. I should even add a title here. Yes. No questions. Har jeg kledd på meg? Har du kledd på deg? Have you gotten dressed? And how do we say, has he gotten dressed or she? Please write in the comments below, and I will comment if your sentence is correct or not. Similarly, have we gotten dressed? Have you gotten dressed? Have they gotten dressed? Also, answer in the comments below. Hva har du på deg i dag? Hva har du på deg i dag?